भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण 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 नारायण। श्री गुरुवायूरप्पा शरणं। श्री हरये नमः। स्वामिये शरणमय्यप्पा। गजानन पद्मार्गं गजानन महर्निशम् अनेकदन्तं भक्तानाम् एकदन्तम् उपास्महे। ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। ॐ श्री हयग्रीवमूर्तये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ श्री महासरस्वत्यै नमः। पीताम्बरधरविराजित चक्र कौमोदकी सरसिजं करुणासमुद्रं राधा सहायमतिसुन्दरमन्दहासं पातालयेशं प्रतिभावयामि। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। मोक्षाभिसारम्य भागवदाप्यदत्तो नारायणीय नवनीतमहो भूत्वा मायामयोग परितप्त जनाय योगात् नारायणावनि सुराय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै। न भोग्यवस्तूनि न नाथभ्रष्टं न सिद्धिलाभं परमीशकांक्षे प्रसन्नमन्दस्मितसुन्दरं ते मुखाम्बुजं दर्शय सन्ततं मे। ॐ श्री हरे नमः।
சாந்திரானந்தா சொல்லிடு. Say the Sandrananda also.
सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकम् अनुभवितं कालदेशावधिभ्याम् निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्वाच्यमानम् तत्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनरुरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वम् तत्तावद्भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्तभाग्यं जनानाम्।
Shri Hare Namaha.
हरे
Very nice. So, we were in the 15th Dashakam, isn't it? That is Kapila's message. We were doing. Enama, sorry. Yes, we will start.
Ninth one. Sorry.
The 9th one we have to do, no? 9th, 10th is left out. Yes, we will do that. So, who has to say today? You said? Pratimaji. Pratimaji. Deepti ji has given me a suggestion that I better share the wording, so I'll try to do that. This is the 15th one. 9th one we have to do. 9th and 10th. Okay. Okay. Pratimaji, we shall be. Yes. इति सुविदितवेद्यां देवहे देवहूतिम्
इति सुवदितवेद्यां देवहे देवहूतिं. 3 times.
One more time you say.
इति सुविदितवेद्यां देवहे देवहूतिं.
Hmm.
One more time.
No, enough. कृतनुतिमनुगृह्य त्वं गतो योगी संघैः.
कृतनुतिमनुगृह्य त्वं गतो योगसङ्गैः. कृतनुतिमनुगृह्य त्वं गतो योगसङ्गैः.
We'll do this name. इति सुविदितवेद्यां देवहे देवहूतिं कृतनुतिमनुगृह्य त्वं गतो योगी संघैः.
इति सुविदितवेद्यां देवहे देवहूतिं कृतनुतमनुगृह्य त्वं गतो योगसङ्गैः.
Very nice. One more time.
इति सुविदितवेद्यां देवहे देवहूतिं कृतनुतिमनुगृह्य त्वं गतो योगी सङ्गैः.
विमलमतिरथासौ भक्तियोगेन मुक्ता.
विमलतिमतिरथा सौ भक्तियोगेन मुक्ता. विमलमतिरथा सौ भक्तियोगेन मुक्ता.
त्वमपि जनहितार्थं वर्तसे प्रागुदीच्याम्.
त्वमपि जनहितार्थं वर्तसे प्रागुदीच्याम्. त्वमपि जनहितार्थं वर्तसे प्रागुदीच्याम्.
Very good. विमलमतिरथासौ भक्तियोगेन मुक्ता. त्वमपि जनहितार्थं वर्तसे प्रागुदीच्याम्.
विमलमतिरथा सौभक्तयोगेन मुक्ता. त्वमपि जनहितार्थं वर्तसे प्रागुदीच्याम्. विमलमतिरथा सौभक्तयोगेन मुक्ता. त्वमपि जनहितार्थं वर्तसे प्रागुदीच्याम्.
Very nice. All the lines together you say.
इति सुविदिते वेद्या देवहे देवहूतिं.
Wait ma. इति सुविदितवेद्यां देवहे देवहूतिं. Slowly. Purumya pad.
इति सुविदितवेद्यां देवहे देवहूतिं कृतनुतिमनुगृह्य त्वं गतो योगी सङ्घैः. विमलमतिरथासौ भक्तयोगेन मुक्ता. त्वमपि जनहितार्थं वर्तसे प्रागुदीच्याम्.
Pragudityam. Very nice. Very nice. Next. Premaji.
इति सुविदितवेद्यां देवहे देवहूतिं कृतनुतिमनुगृह्य त्वं गतो योगी सङ्गैः. विमलमतिरथासौ भक्तियोगेन मुक्ता. त्वमपि जनहितार्थं वर्तसे प्रागुदीच्याम्.
Very nice. Very nice. So, always in the beginning, it is okay, but just say it very slowly so that your pronunciation is correct. Okay. And that whatever you are learning now, that is the pronunciation which will be, registered in your mind. So when you are doing at the beginning, just do it slowly so that the right pronunciation gets, registered in your mind. Okay. Later on, we can always, when you keep practicing, obviously the speed is going to increase and there will be no mistake when you are telling that. Okay. So right now we are learning. So make sure you are doing the sandhi, that is the visargam pronunciation. If it is there, do it correctly. Whatever the pronunciation, just try to focus a little bit on that. All of you have got very good pronunciation. So there is no doubt on that. Okay. So, right. So till the eighth shloka, the advice was all over. Okay, so he had given all the advice to the to Devahuti. Now, what next happens? What happens to Devahuti, and then what happens to him? What does he do? Okay, so here by the eighth one, we have seen how we can get moksha. What is the path? How we should go on that path. So that is what we have seen till now. Um, yeah. So what we saw was we should be in the margam of dharma, and one who is doing their karmas and everything, very correctly. So they all, what type of margam they will all take. Okay, and those uh, who are doing, who are performing the duties with a desireless action, and they do it as an offering to Bhagavan, how do they get their, how do they get mukti? Okay. So the one who is just doing, but they don't have the intention of, actually, they have the intention of actually enjoying the fruits of the, the karma or the dharma, what they are doing. Those people, what happened after their death, they move towards the southern path, and they are again, once their all the punyas and everything, they have already enjoyed the fruits, they will again come back, they will be born again. The ones who are doing their duties with no desire of any kind of fruits for their action, and they just do it as an offering to Bhagavan, they will, their soul after the death will move towards the northern path, which we saw was the Archiradi Marga, and then they will reach, they will be one with Bhagavan. They will get mukti. Okay, this we had seen in the eighth one. Now, in the ninth one, now they are saying, Iti Suvidita Vedyam Devahe Devahuti. So, now Devahuti knows about, she has got the knowledge. Now, so now she has known what she is supposed to know. Okay. Now she has got all the knowledge, and then she took the Bhagavan blessed her, Devahuti, and what did she do? She kept singing the praise of Bhagavan. So here, obviously, remember everywhere, this is a direct conversation of our Bhattatri with Bhagavan. So, okay, so everywhere he is using the, the first person. So he's saying you, okay. So you blessed Devahuti, okay, and she was singing your praise. That is how it is written here, okay. So he blessed her, and then she was singing his praise, and with a very pure mind, she attained the purity of mind, and she was liberated, following this path of devotion, okay, as advised by Bhagavan. Now, after this, what happens to Kapila? So, what he does is he also leaves the place. For what does he leave the place? Now, they are saying here, Janahitartham. Janahitartham means for the good of the people. Okay, so for the good of the people, so what does he do? He also leaves and he joins a group of ascetics, and he moves towards the north. He moves towards the northeast direction. And here, Bhattatri also says that Vartase, okay, Prag Udijam. So he is staying. It means till date. Okay. Now this happened in some yuga. Okay, in Treta Yuga somewhere. And now when Bhattatri is writing in Kali Yuga, he is saying he is staying. It means till date, Kapila is meditating. He is in meditation somewhere in this northeast, no, in some northeast direction. He is still doing meditation and he is still there, and he is staying there, and he is doing all this for the good of the people. Okay. So finally, what is happening? He is saying, "Oh Lord, so you have already advised to Devahuti whatever she needed to know. So you did everything, and you brought about the conviction in the truth of the Atman in Devahuti's mind, and you blessed her, and she sang all kinds of hymns praising you, and she left the and then she attained purity of mind and got liberated following the path of devotion. And what did you do? You also left the place with a group of ascetics, yogis, and you went towards the northeast side where you still reside. Even till date, you reside for the benefit of the people of the world. Okay, so this is what it is in the 9th one. Then 10th one is the Phalashruti. So next who is there?
Saraswati ma'am.
Saraswati ji.
Yes, ma'am.
परम किमु बहुक्त्या त्वत्पदाम्भोज भक्तिम्
परम किमु बहुक्त्या त्वत्पदाम्भोज भक्तिम् परम किमु बहुक्त्या त्वत्पदाम्भोज भक्तिम्
सकल भय विनेत्रीं सर्वकामोपनेत्रीं
सकल भय विनेत्रीं सर्वकामोपनेत्रीं
वेरी नाइस
सकल भय विनेत्रीं सर्वकामोपनेत्रीं
परम किमु बहुक्त्या त्वत्पदाम्भोज भक्तिम् सकल भय विनेत्रीं सर्वकामोपनेत्रीं
परम किमु बहुक्त्या त्वत्पदाम्भोज भक्तिम् परम किमु बहुक्त्या त्वत्पदाम्भोज भक्तिम् सकल भय विनेत्रीं सर्वकामोपनेत्रीं
वदसि खलु दृढं त्वं तद्विधूयामयान्मे
वदसि खलु दृढं त्वं तद्विधूयामयान्मे वदसि खलु दृढं त्वं तद्विधूयामयान्मे
गुरुपवनपुरेश त्वय्युपाधस्वभक्तिम्
गुरुपवनपुरेश
त्वय्युपाधत्स्वभक्तिम् त्वय्युपाधत्स्वभक्तिम्
गुरुपवनपुरेश त्वय्युपाधत्स्वभक्तिम् गुरुपवनपुरेश त्वय्युपाधत्स्वभक्तिम्
वदसि खलु दृढं त्वं तद्विधूयामयान्मे गुरुपवनपुरेश त्वय्युपाधत्स्वभक्तिम्
वदसि खलु दृढं त्वं तद्विधूयामयान्मे गुरुपवनपुरेश प्रादस्त्वभक्तिम् वदति खलु दृढं त्वं दूयामयान्मे गुरुपवनपुरेश त्वय्युप्रादस्त्वभक्तिम्. Very nice. परमकिमु बहुक्या त्वत्पदाम्बोजभक्तिम् सकलभयविनेत्रीं सर्वकामोपनेत्रीम् वदति खलु दृढं त्वं तुद्विधूयामयान्मे गुरुपवनपुरेश त्वय्युपादस्वभक्तिम्. Very nice. Next one. परमकिंवपुत्या त्वत्पादाम्भोजभक्तिम् परमकिंवपुत्या त्वत्पादाम्भोजभक्तिम् सकलभयविनेत्रीं सर्वकामोपनेत्रीं वदसि खलु दृढं त्वं तद्विधूयामयान्मे वदसि खलु दृढं त्वं तद्विधूयामयान्मे गुरुपवनपुरेश त्वय्युपादस्वभक्तिम्. So now this is the Phalasthuti. So here he says, O Bhagavan, O Supreme Lord, what more do I say? What more? What else is there for me to say? Isn't it? So, because you have already said everything, what else is there for me to say? Okay. So, and you have said everything, you have declared, you have very firmly declared that the devotion to your lotus feet, okay, that because all these advices that he has given to Devahuti, and there he has very clearly said, very firmly said that the devotion to Bhagavan's lotus feet, it can remove what? It can remove all the fears and it can fulfill all the desires. Okay, so whatever desire you have, it can fulfill all the desire and remove all your fears. When does this happen? When one has devotion to your lotus feet. Okay, so this you have already declared it very clearly to Devahuti. So now he is saying, Oh Lord Guruvayurappa, therefore what you do? You eradicate all my ailments. So he is saying, you eradicate all my ailments. What ailments? It is not just physical ailments that he is talking about. He is also talking about the ailment of the Atma. Okay. So, because in this Dashakam we have learnt how to attain mukti. So what is that? Only when all the ailments, all my papam, all my, everything is gone from and my Atma is pure. So you have shown me that. So just eradicate all my ailments of my physical health and also of my Atma. Okay, so he is praying this. And what should you do? In the end, he is saying, Tvayi upadhatsva bhaktim. So, he is saying, you remove all these things, and then what you should do? You should endow me with devotion to you. So, you should make it happen that I should have devotion to you. So, you endow me with devotion to you is what he is asking. Okay, so this is what. So, this is the Phalashruti and this is the last shloka of the 15th Dashakam. Till this, Bhattatri has covered till the third skandam of Bhagavatam. Okay, in Bhagavatam, if you are reading Bhagavatam, till the third skandam, all these things are done. Okay, till so it is over. Now from the 16th Dashakam, fourth skandam starts. Okay, just a moment.
Anita.
Ah, Anita ji.
Yes, ma'am.
So this 16th Dashakam is about the Naranarayana and also about the Dakshayagam. Okay, we all know about the Dakshayagam. So this is the Naranarayana Avatara is covered in this along with the Daksha Yagam. Okay. So that is why it is Naranarayana Yoho Avataraha Dakshayagascha. Okay. Right. दक्षो विरिञ्च तनयोऽथ मनोस्तनूजाम् मोक्षाद्य
दक्षो विरिञ्चन दक्षो विरिञ्चतनयोथ मनोस्तनूजा दक्षो विरिञ्चतनयोथ मनो दक्षो विरिञ्चतनयोथ मनोस्तनूजा
लब्ध्वा प्रसूतिमिह षोडश चापकन्याः
लब्ध्वा प्रसूतिमिह षोडश चापकन्याः लब्ध्वा प्रसूतिमिह षोडश चापकन्याः
दक्षो विरिञ्च तनयोऽथ मनोस्तनूजाम् लब्ध्वा प्रसूतिमिह षोडश चापकन्याः
दक्षो विरिञ्चितनयोथ मनोस्तनूजाम् लब्ध्वा प्रसूतिमिह षोडश चापकन्याः
धर्मे त्रयोदश ददौ पितृषु स्वधां च
धर्मे त्रयोदश ददौ पितृषु स्वधां च धर्मे त्रयोदश ददौ पितृषु स्वधां च
स्वाहां हविर्भुजि सतीं गिरिशे तद्वंशे
स्वाहा हविर्भुजि सतीं गिरिशे त्वदंशे स्वाहा हविर्भुजि सतीं गिरिशे त्वदंशे
धर्मे त्रयोदश ददौ पितृषु स्वधां च स्वाहां हविर्भुजि सतीं करेक्ट स्वाहा हविर्भुजि सतीं गिरिशे त्वदंशे
धर्मे त्रयोदश ददौ पितृषु स्वधां च स्वाहा हविर्भुजि सतीं गिरिशे त्वदंशे धर्मे त्रयोदश ददौ पितृषु स्वधां च स्वाहा हविर्भुजि सतीं गिरिशे त्वदंशे.
All lines together. Daksho. What happened, Anita ji?
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Tell me.
दक्षो विरिञ्चितनयोथ मनोस्तनूजाम् लब्ध्वा प्रसूतिमिह षोडश चापकन्याः
धर्मे त्रयोदश ददौ पितृषु स्वधां च स्वाहा हविर्भुजि सती गिरिशे त्वदंशे.
Very nice. Next, Ambuliji is there? No, she's not there.
Okay. दक्षो विरिञ्चतनयोधमनोस्तनोजां दत्त्वा प्रसूतिभिः षोडशचापकन्याः धर्मे त्रयोदश ददौ पितृषु स्वधां च स्वाहामवीर्भुजि सतीं गिरिशे त्वदंशे.
Very nice. So here, the Naranarayana Avataram. Okay, so here Lord Vishnu himself appears as Nara and Narayana. Okay, so we are going to see that. Now, first, they are talking about the Daksha Prajapati. Okay, now who is this Daksha Prajapati? Daksha Prajapati is the son of Brahma. Okay, so in first itself, they are saying Daksha Virincha Tanayaha. Virincha is Brahma. So, Brahma's son. So, Daksha is Brahma's son. And what? And the Manu is there, right? Swayambhu Manu. So, his daughter, whose name is Prasuti. So, Daksha Prajapati, he is the son of Brahma and he is married to Prasuti. Okay. Who is Prasuti? Prasuti is the daughter of Manu. Okay. And they are saying, now this is all about his family now. Okay. And then what happened? Shodashaja Chapa Kanyaha. So now these two are married. Daksha Prajapati and Prasuti are married and they have 16 daughters. Okay. From this marriage, they have 16 daughters. Now, from these 16 daughters, what do? 13 of them are married off to Dharma Devata. Okay. To Dharma Deva, 13 of them are married. One of them, that is Swadha, is married to the Pitru. Okay. And Swaha is married to Agni Devata. Okay. That is why here it is given Swadha Pitrushu Swadham. So, to the Pitrus, Swadha is married. He gives away Swadha to Pitrus and Swaha is given to Agni. Havir Bhuji. Havir Bhuji is nothing but Agni. Havir Bhuji is because in Yajnas we give Havis, isn't it? So, whatever the offering is given, it is consumed by the Agni. That is why whenever we are doing, we say Agnaye Swaha. So, Indraya Swaha, 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 we keep on telling when we are doing this Yajna. It is because Swaha is the wife of Agni. So, she collects along with them. So, okay. Similarly, for Pitrus, we say Swadha. Sorry, ma, somebody said something.
Chandra, a question, madam. Shodasha Chapa Kanya. What is the meaning of Chapa Kanya?
Shodasha Cha Apa Kanyaha.
Acha. Okay.
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 And 16 Apa Kanya was they got. Okay, they begot 16 daughters. So here Chapa does not mean anything else.
That's why
I understood where your doubt came. It is there is a sandhi here. That's okay. So now, so this is how they got. And then finally one more is left. That is Sati, who is the youngest one. She is given to Shiva. Okay. So here they are saying Satim Girishe. Girishe, the one who is living in mountains. So that is Shiva. So Sati is given to Shiva. Tvatamshe. What does that mean? Shiva, who is your Amsha only. Okay, who is an aspect of you. Okay, who is an aspect of you. So that is what. So here about the family. So Daksha Prajapati, who is the son of Brahma, and then is married off to Manu's daughter, Swayambhuva Manu's daughter, that is Prasuti. And then they both beget, they get 16 daughters. And then out of these 16, 13 daughters are married off to Dharmadeva. Swadha is married to the Pitrus. Swaha is married to Agni. And lastly, Sati is married to Shiva, who is an aspect of you, okay, yourself. So this is what. That is why you see here when we give offerings to the Pitrus, isn't it? We say the Spindadanam and all when we do during the Shraddham and all, you will see they will say Swadha, Swadha, right? To Swadha we give, right? So that is what. All right, next we go to the second one.
श्रीदेवी ने कमला
Kamala ji.
वो कौन है गणेशन करके डाल दिया
She already told ma after Saraswati ji, she
Okay,
already
okay.
told. That is only Sri Devi ji. You keep account of that also. मूर्तिर्हि धर्मगृहिणी सुषुवे भवन्तम्
मूर्तिर्हि धर्मगृहिणी सुषुवे भवन्तम् मूर्तिर्हि धर्मगृहिणी सुषुवे भवन्तम्
नारायणं नरसखं महितानुभावम्
नारायणं नरसखं महितानुभावम् नारायणं नरसखं महितानुभावम्
मूर्तिर्हि धर्मगृहिणी सुषुवे भवन्तम् नारायणं नरसखं महितानुभावम्
मूर्तिर्हि धर्मगृहिणी सुषुवे भवन्तम् नारायणं नरसखं महितानुभावम् मूर्तिर्हि धर्मगृहिणी सुषुवे भवन्तम् नारायणं नरसखं महितानुभावम्
यज्जन्मनि प्रमुदितः कृततूर्यघोषाः
यज्जन्मनि प्रमुदिताः कृततूर्यघोषाः यज्जन्मनि प्रमुदिताः कृततूर्यघोषाः
पुष्पोत्करान् प्रववृषुर्नुनुवः सुरौघाः
पुष्पोत्करान् प्रभविष्णुर्नुनुवुस्फुरौकाः पुष्पोत्करान् प्रभविष्णुर्नुनुवुस्फुरौकाः
वेरी नाइस यज्जन्मनि प्रमुदितः कृततूर्यघोषाः पुष्पोत्करान् प्रववृषुर्नुनुवुः सुरौघाः
यज्जन्मनि प्रमुदिताः कृततूर्यघोषाः पुष्पोत्करान् प्रभविष्णुर्नुनुवुस्फुरौकाः यज्जन्मनि प्रमुदिताः कृततूर्यघोषाः पुष्पोत्करान् प्रभविष्णुर्नुनुवुस्फुरौकाः मूर्तिर्हि धर्मगृहिणी सुषुवे भवन्तम् नारायणं नरसखं महितानुभावम् यज्जन्मनि प्रमुदिताः कृततूर्यघोषाः पुष्पोत्करान् प्रभविष्णुर्नुनुवुस्फुरौकाः
वेरी नाइस नेक्स्ट मा
लक्ष्मी
लक्ष्मी
मूर्तिर्हि धर्मगृहिणी सुषुवे भवन्तम् नारायणं नरसखं महितानुभावम् यज्जन्मनि प्रमुदिताः कृतदूर्यघोषाः पुष्पोत्तरान् प्रववृषु गुरुवुस्सुरौकौकाः.
Very nice. Very good. So now we are coming to Naranarayana. Okay. So we'll see how Naranarayana is related to Daksha Prajapati. Okay. So that is when we will come to know why Bhattatri has combined the Naranarayana avatara and the Daksha Yagya. Okay. So here Murtirhi Dharma Grihini Sushuve Bhavantam. So right. So Murti is the wife of Dharmadeva. Now, in the previous sloka, we saw that 13 of his daughters were married off to Dharmadeva. Okay. Out of that, there was one by the name Murti. This Murti, who was the wife of Dharmadeva, she gave birth to you. Okay. Bhavantam. That is what he said. Okay, so he says Sushuve Bhavantam Narayanam. So you, okay, so she gave birth to you, okay, as one of the most very glorious son, that is Narayana. Just not Narayana, she gave birth to Narayana along with Nara. Okay, so it means there were twins that were born. One was Narayana, the other was Nara. And how were they? They were inseparable companions. Okay, they were inseparable. So here in one of the, I don't remember whose, but it is said that Bhagavan was like, why should he take twins? An avatara as twins, So when he was, there are lot of qualities which an acharya should have. So when he was thinking of that, he couldn't understand whom to make as acharya or something. So Lakshmi Devi, she said, why don't you yourself become the acharya? Okay. Now, okay, I will become the acharya. Now I should give the, the teachings to somebody, right? Now, especially this is for the mantram. Usually the mantram and all which is given, it is usually like, it is given to the, from the guru, it should go to the sishya. Now he needs a sishya. For that again he gives or he suggests all these qualities. Then again she says that why do you have to go and search for so many? You yourself become the Nara. Okay. So you become the Sishya, you become the Guru and show the world how a Guru should be and how a Sishya should be. Okay. So you can show that. So it is said in one of the, I don't remember, somebody's bhashyam, I had heard this. Okay. And so that is why now Nara Narayana are born as twins. To whom? To Murti. Okay. And now what happens? The gods who are there in the heavens, they are all very, very happy at this birth. Okay. And they all sing hymns in praise of Bhagavan. And it is also said that it is, they are not just, singing and praising Bhagavan. Krita Turya Ghoshaha, so with musical instruments. So they are rejoicing, they are singing the hymns with the musical instruments and also Pushpa Utkaran Pravabrishuhu. So it means they are showering heaps of celestial flowers, okay, on Bhagavan. Okay, so that is what here. So here, to Murti Devi, who is the Dharmadeva's wife, Narayana and Nara and Narayana both are born to them, who are actually inseparable companions, and all the Bhagavans, all the Devas are very happy, and they all rejoice at his birth, and they sing hymns accompanied by musical instruments, and they shower flowers. Okay, all the heaps of celestial flowers on them.
flowers means?
Pardon me?
Celestial flowers.
Divine. See, it is not from Prithvi Loka. They are not plucking flowers from the trees and doing. From Akasha, when the flowers are falling by, when gods are, when devas are showering flowers, it is celestial flowers. That's it.
Okay, okay, thank you.
So,
Purna Chandra.
Purna Chandraji. We'll do.
Yes.
We'll do till the third one and we can. Okay. दैत्यं सहस्रकवचं कवचैः परीतम्
दैत्यं सहस्रकवचं कवचैः परीतम् दैत्यं सहस्रकवचं कवचैः परीतम्.
Here kavachaihi is there. Don't say kavachaihi because the next alphabet is pa. So when pa comes, we all know the sound of pa will come slightly, isn't it? So we don't say kavachaihi paritam. So we say kavachai paritam. Okay.
Okay.
So then sahasravatsaratapas samarabhilavyaihi.
It is labhyaihi or in the books la vanda labhya va
Vatsara. Okay. Vatsara tapas samarabhilavyaihi.
ba sound varnuma ba sound.
Bha. Samarabhilavyaihi. Abhilavyaihi. Okay. Samara abhilavyaihi.
Sahasravatsara tapas samarabhilavyaihi. Sahasravatsara tapas samarabhilavyaihi.
दैत्यं सहस्रकवचं कवचैः परीतं साहस्रवत्सरतपः समराभिलव्यैः.
दैत्यं सहस्रकवचं कवचैः परीतं सहस्रवत्सरतपः समराभिलव्यैः. दैत्यं सहस्रकवचं कवचैः परीतं सहस्रवत्सरतपः समराभिलव्यैः.
पर्यायनिर्मिततपः समरौ भवन्तौ. पर्यायनिर्मिततपः समरौ भवन्तौ.
पर्यायनिर्मिततपः समरौ भवन्तौ. पर्यायनिर्मिततपः समरौ भवन्तौ.
शिष्टैककङ्कटममुं न्यहतां सलीलम्.
शिष्टैककङ्कटममुं न्यहतां सलीलम्. शिष्टैककङ्कटममुं न्यहतां सलीलम्.
Okay. पर्यायनिर्मिततपः समरौ भवन्तौ शिष्टैककङ्कटममुं न्यहतां सलीलम्.
पर्यायनिर्मिततपः समरौ भवन्तौ शिष्टैककङ्कटममुं न्यहतां सलीलम्. पर्यायनिर्मिततपः समरौ भवन्तौ शिष्टैककङ्कटममुं न्यहतां सलीलम्. शिष्टैककङ्कटममुं न्यहतां सलीलम्.
Correct. Very good. Both the lines together.
दैत्यं सहस्रकवचं कवचैः परीतं सहस्रवत्सरतपः समराभिलव्यैः. पर्याय निर्मित तपस्तमरै भवन्तौ शिष्यैककङ्कटममुह्यहतां सलीलम्.
Very nice. Next, ma.
Madam, दैत्यं सहस्रकवचं sorry, दैत्यं सहस्रकवचं कवचैः सागस्रवत्सर तपःसमराभिलभ्यैः पर्याय निर्मिततमस्तमरौ भवन्तौ शिष्टैककङ्कटममुह्यकतां सलीलम्.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you. धन्यवाद.
Next. So we'll see the meaning for this. Now here there was a asura by the name Sahasra Kavacha. Okay. Sahasra Kavacha, the name itself says, what was he? He was like, he was having Kavachai Paritam. Okay, Sahasra Kavachai Paritam. So he was covered with 1,000 coats. Okay, so 1,000 Kavacham. It's armor kind of thing. Okay, he was covered with that. So 1,000 coats of armor he had. Okay, so this Asura by the name Sahasra Kavacha, he had 1,000 coats of armor. Okay, so what he had done? So he had, done penance to Brahma. Okay, and he had got this. He had actually wanted to, obviously, as all the Asuras want, there should be no death. Okay, so I should overcome the death. I should never die. This is what he had asked. But again, Brahma said, the ones who are born should always, they have to die. So I cannot give you that. So now you can ask something else. So he says, okay, fine. Whatever I ask, you give me. So he says, now you should give me 1,000 kavacham. Okay, 1,000 kavacham you give. Now, how should this kavacham be? So just like that kavacham, he will not give. Okay, what does he say? Now, the one, and how should it be? I should wear one. Okay, and if that is destroyed, immediately the second one should come and protect me. Okay, so that is how it should be. Not that with one stroke everything is gone. No. Okay, so one at a time, because obviously he cannot wear 1,000 and he cannot even walk, right? So he says one at a time, right? Now he says, who can destroy this kavacham is the one who has done penance for 1,000 years. Okay, one has to do penance for 1,000 years. So only that person can, he can break this kavacham. But is that enough? No. He should also have fought with the Asuras for 1,000 years. See, he is asking something which is impossible. The person should have done penance for 1,000 years and also fought with Asura for 1,000 years. Only then can one of his armor can be destroyed. Okay, so only when somebody who has done this, that is 1,000 years of penance and 1,000 years of fighting with the Asuras, only that person can pierce through my armor. Okay, so now this is done. Now he has asked this. So so now what he does is, now all the devas goes to Nara. They say, okay, now because Bhagavan Vishnu is born as Naranarayana, let us go and give it to them. They are doing penance. Okay, Narayana was doing penance. Now they go and say that this is the problem. So now what they do, Narayana, okay, you as Narayana, along with Nara, what did you do? You took turns. Okay, you took turns and you destroyed all the, you destroyed all the kavachams. Okay, and only one of them was remaining.
Okay, so that is what he's saying. One of them, Shishtam Ekam, only one of them was remaining. Kankatam Amum. So only one of them was remaining. So how did they do this? Like, first, what did they do? Because if Narayana, when he first started fighting this Asura, okay, so then in the meanwhile, Nara was doing the penance. Okay, so that was his condition. So he was doing the penance, and during this 1,000 years, Narayana was fighting him, and he broke one of the, or he pierced through one of the kavacha. One was destroyed. Similarly, when this was destroyed, the second one came, and by that time, Nara had already finished his penance. He came, Narayana went to take the penance. Like this, they took turns. That is what they are saying. They took turns, and they destroyed all of his uh, armors, and then only one was remaining, which later on you killed him effortlessly, as if it was just a sport for you. Okay, Salilam, just like a sport. Okay, it was so easy for you. It was just nothing. So after that, you killed him effortlessly. You killed him. That is what is. So this is all about this Sahasra Kavacha story. Everything covered in this line. Few 2 lines itself. He has covered everything. Understood? So this is what. So now here, when I was hearing one of the Upanyasams, I heard that, see, there are in this Sahasra Kavacham, it is there in Mahabharatam also. Okay, this Asura's name, and there you have a slightly different variation of this story. So, what our elders say is, what our gurus and everybody say is that you're not supposed to sit and compare, okay, and try finding faults with the Pauranika stories in each and every. They, oh, in this Puranam it is like this, in that Puranam it is like this. They all no, that is not what we are supposed to do. It is different because each and every the modulations, the changes which has been done is for us to learn something from it, for us to learn something. It is, we need to learn what is that good thing in this, what is that we should be learning from this. That is how we should approach the Puranas and everything, not with the viewpoint of finding fault in it. Okay, இது வந்து நம்ம பெரியவா சொன்னது. So I think we should all follow this, and so that is what. So this is in Bhagavatam. It is given like this. So so we will take it as it is. Okay. So always remember, please do not sit and compare and this is like this Purana is like this, that Purana is like this. No. Every Purana has its own value. What is the value that it is teaching is what is important to us, not what there is a difference here, that's a difference there. That is not what we are supposed to sit and see. Okay, that will not help us in learning anything. That will not help us to even achieve Bhagavan. Okay, you will not even move in a 0.0001 percentage forward, okay, in attaining God. You will only be collecting more papas if you are doing that. So that's a message which I wanted to give. Right, Kamala ji, can you do the Samapana shlokas, please?
Yes, ma'am. नमामि नारायण पादपङ्कजं करोमि नारायण पूजनं तदा वदामि नारायण नाम निर्मलं स्मरामि नारायण तत्त्वमव्ययम् नारायण 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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम तत्सत्
That's it. We'll meet in the next class.
धन्यवाद
Uh,
धन्यवाद